Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, and welcome to an intermission episode in the series. I'm just feeling a little bit odd. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the last episode or something, but things seem a little bit different somehow. But let's just start a new world here and see what happens. Alright, I just felt like getting out and starting scratch and punching some wood, and I'm still feeling a little odd. Something doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. But, let's just punch some wood. Whoa! Wah! What the heck? Eek! It's trying to kill me. What just happened? Since when do trees fall down? That doesn't make any sense. And yes, I'm doing bad acting. I knew that was going to happen. And this is not Minecraft. Let me click this and put the tree back together. Yeah, I'm not in Minecraft at all. This is a different game. One that I spent a lot of time in before Minecraft was a thing. In fact, my oldest account here in this game is 13 years old. But this is I keep saying game. It's not really a game, but I'm going to keep using that term for lack of anything better that isn't an entire description instead of just a word. It's something called Second Life. And I've recreated a piece of Minecraft in it fairly easily and added the falling down tree, because why not? That's sort of fun. Slightly different each time, but it usually lands in the same spot. And then put that one back and all comes back together again. Yeah, just a quick throw together of some Minecraft textured blocks, and I got an avatar that I made look like my regular Minecraft avatar, though oddly enough it's not scaled properly. Since I can't scale the avatar too easily, I should have scaled all the blocks down a little bit so that it would look quite right. It's just a little bit too big, I think. But yeah, this is something that is completely different from your normal Minecraft world. And I thought, just as a little bit of an intermission, I'm going to get back to the game where we were. But just this one episode, I thought I'd show you something different. Why not? This is take you back to something I was doing a long time ago. And I'll keep this Minecraft avatar on so that we sort of retain some sort of continuity. But I'm going to show you a little bit of what this experience or game or whatever is like. So let me take you to where you might start if you started playing. Oh, I do want to say that Second Life is free to play. You don't have to spend any money to play it. You can spend money, and a lot of people do. I never have. I've always had sources of in-game money from other places that lets me enjoy spending money in the game without actually spending any real money. Because you can buy game money with real money. This is like the first game that did that. Now this Second Life was like a pioneer in many of the MMO type stuff that you know and love now. But yeah, let me jump to a welcome area and I'll be right back. Alright, now this is probably something similar to what you might see if you first logged in with a brand new account. We're on an orientation island. And you can see there's a few new people here who probably have just started. And they've got their starter avatars, which are generally human. I think that is Jason avatar, maybe? I don't know the female avatars by name. And they tend to change what you're given. There are other options that are not human. I think he was speaking Italian, so... these little green things, if you say click it, and it says click me, it gives you a note card. Let's see, accept the note card. And it tells you how to walk around and how to do things, but we follow the path, and it'll teach you step by step how to do things, like changing your appearance. You can click these to get these old, very old avatars. Click this, it'll give you another note card to give you more details, excuse me, about how to do that. I've already got my appearance changed. I'm not going to change it again. Here's another one where you can tweak like how tall you are, how fat, how muscular, a whole bunch of different settings. And then this is for chatting. It's just like in Minecraft with multiplayer. You can say hello, and the parrot whispers back hello. Okay. Hit it in. I've got it set up so that if I hit enter, it brings up the chat, and now I can type. In just the same way that you would hit T in Minecraft normally. Then there's a bit about getting a closer look. Notice my camera sort of stays behind me. And using the scroll wheel, I can move it farther or closer. If I move it all the way in, I pop into first-person mode. I no longer can see my body, but I can look around using the mouse. And I scroll wheel out and put the camera back behind me. But you can also move your camera around. And I found that this note card will give you instructions, but let me give you my special tip for how to do good camera control. On a Mac, it's Control and Option, but on other keyboards, it'll be a Control and Alt. I hold those two keys down, and it changes my icon. You see, it's changing into like a little box. And I aim at something in the 3D world, and you think about it, like there's a point on this sign right here that I'm now going to focus on by holding, and I'm holding the mouse down on the center of that sign. When I move the mouse up and down, it orbits vertically. When I move it side to side, it orbits horizontally around that point on the sign that I clicked. And I'm still holding down the Control and Alt, or Control and Option. And now if I let go of Control and Option, up and down is now zoom, but left and right is still orbit. Okay, I'm still holding down the mouse. I haven't let go of the mouse. And now I'm going to hold the Control and Alt keys down again. Oh, my keyboard has decided to lose battery power. I am using a wireless keyboard since the keyboard on my laptop is still dead. Oh, there, it's coming back. Alright, let's do this again. So I can zoom in and out when I'm not holding it, and then I press it, and now up and down is... So I can move my camera out, I can move it up, I can zoom it back in just by letting go and pressing the Control and Option keys together again. Rotate it around and zoom in and out. And now once I get my camera in a new position, like now my camera is behind the sign, I let go of everything. And my camera has stopped, I have cursor again. Now I can see this rock way behind me, which I couldn't see before. Hold down Control and Alt again, and I'm going to click on this rock. And now that rock is the center of my rotation. Now I'm way over here. I've sent my camera on the other side of the island, just that easily. And now that I'm over here, I say, alright, there's this green pedestal. Now I can make a new Control-Alt on the pedestal, let go of Control-Alt, and zoom in on it. So now I'm looking at something that's on the other side of the island, and I can hold down Control and Alt and orbit around it and look at it, and then let go and zoom in and out. And as long as I hold down the mouse, I'm still focused on this object. And then I let go, and I can target something else, like this arrow on the ground, and zoom in and look at it. As long as something is visible on my screen, there's this lantern over there, I can click on that and zoom in on it. And there we are. This little hanging fire lantern. Now you're wondering, where am I? My avatar is lost somewhere else on the island. Well, you hit escape, and it puts the camera right back behind your head. Now in this location, the challenge is to look at this sign, so I'm going to focus on this sign, and I'm going to let go of Control and Alt, but keep the mouse down so I can zoom in. Now I'm going to orbit around it. Release Alt and touch me. So I'm going to click it. And it says, congratulations. So there's a button hidden on the back of the sign. That was your challenge. The only other trick for camera movement is, besides the Control and Alt, I do both of them always at the same time to toggle between the two vertical mouse movement modes. Excuse me. Is to hold down Shift along with Control and Alt. Now the camera will move in a completely different way, like a flat surface. This is useful when you want to sort of slide past something. You look at either side of this. Zoom around it. And I want to sort of peek out and see me. There I am. It gives you much more fine camera control. So here I'm holding down Control and Alt, and I'm adding Shift. I'm letting go of Shift, but holding Control and Alt. Now I'm letting go of everything. So yeah, so you can see all these little tricks. And as soon as I let go of the mouse, I can aim on a new thing, hold down Control and Alt, press and hold the mouse, and now I can zoom in by letting go of Control and Alt. And yeah, it's not that hard. It takes a little bit of practice, but you sort of, I like calling it Spider-Manning around. So it's sort of like shooting webs. I'm shooting a web over there at that rock, and I'm zooming in on that rock. Now I'm rotating my camera around so I can, and I'm shifting so I can get it up here, and I said, all right, back at the ball, and I'm adjusting back at the ball, you know. That is going to be a very useful talent if you want to really see what's going on around you. This step is not something you're going to do very often. That's grabbing physical objects. Let's see, what was it? Control? Yeah, Control lets you lift it up. I can drop it up on top of the table, and it says, yay, congratulations, you did what you're supposed to do. Here I'm grabbing it, and now that I'm holding down the mouse on it, I can move it in a plane, but to shift it to moving up and down, you hold down Control. And now it's up, down, left, right. And then it's let go of Control, and it's back to moving on a plane, and I can let go, and it should drop. There it goes. But you won't find physical objects like that much in the world. They tend to get lost. They tend to get knocked away, and they just get in the way. So a lot of that isn't used too much. Here we go, flying. Oh, we've come to a... there's a sign down there for anybody who falls down the pit. We want to get over there, so we're going to fly. In this case, F key lets you fly. If I hit F again, I stop flying. So it's sort of like in Minecraft, there's a fly key. Also, if you can set up your controls so if you jump and hold, it takes you up. The crouch key is C, which we do crouch. And E is jump. And if you're flying, E is up and C is down. So crouch and jump are your up and down. And then when you're up and you move forward, it actually moves you in the direction that you're looking. Which if you're in first person, moving forward can move you up or down, like this. I'm hitting W for forward. It depends on where I'm looking. So now I'm coming down, and I zoom out my camera with the scroll wheel, and I hit F, and I stop flying. And that's it. That is how most people learn the basics of Second Life, of moving around, changing your appearance, which we didn't go over, but it's something that can be easily done. What is that box that just appeared? Let's send my camera down there. Warning, idiot inside. Oh, I guess if you get onto the table, it brings that box down. That's funny. Now we can teleport to somewhere else. Where can we go? The world has gotten much bigger than when I started. When I started, let's look at the map where we are right now. See how the world is made in these little squares. This square we're in right now is a region. It has a name. Orientation Island Public 6, General. Well, General is not part of its name. General means it's G-rated, which you can see up here in the title bar. And then this is the name of the location where I was. Orientation Island Public. You can see the green dots where the other people on the island are. And the yellow dot is where I am, and red is where I tried to land, or where I did land, perhaps. Now there's some other help islands over here, but each one of these squares is sort of, consider that like a computer. Modern computers, you can have a number of these running on one computer, but this is like a single simulation, A simulator is a computer that'll have multiple regions running. Originally, it was one region per simulator, so region and sim were names for one of these squares. I still say sim, though region is the more correct term these days. But as you can see, while the islands are just in one region, here we have, the regions are seamlessly tiled together to make a larger area. And each one of these squares is 256 meters to a side. And there's a lot of them. Now, if I start scrolling out, you can see that there's more and more and more. When I started, there was like 12. There's more than 12 now. It has been 13 years. We have these main continent areas, but then we also have people who are buying individual islands from the company that does this game, Linden Lab. And there's a lot of space out here. Look at all this. All these, you probably can barely see them because there's so many of them. But these are all islands. They've got stuff on them and people on them, and everything in the world was made by the players. Everything in the world was made by the players. Now, when I started, it was just like 12 regions here. This was like the starting area. And my main original character lives in this little corner over here. This is where the Minecraft set is located, is in the sky right above this area. They've got a winter area. We don't have seasons, but sort of like you have biomes, basically, in a way. It's just a matter of changing the texture on the ground more than anything else. Whether you want snow on your trees is up to you. Whether you want trees is up to you. You have to place them. So there is just so much to explore. And because it's been around for 13 years and the technology behind it has gotten better, you go from blocky avatars like my little Minecraft one here, which is very simple, to that werewolf I showed you. I did show you the werewolf, didn't I? And there's a vast range of what you can see. Did I show you the werewolf? Maybe I didn't. I've tried multiple recordings of this. Let's change our appearance. Yeah, I did not show you the werewolf. Replace. There we go. How's this guy look? He's not made of blocks. He's pretty cool looking. This is something that was designed outside of Second Life and imported in as a mesh. If we select it here, you can see it's made of many different triangles, and it's one continuous surface that's been shaped and wrapped around the bone structure that the game provides, and now will move. As you walk, it'll walk. If I jump, it'll jump. When I'm flying, it'll play the hovering animation. All the animations get mapped to the new body shape. So you can walk around as a werewolf. But I'm going to go back to my Minecraft AV here. Replace. Now I'm sort of bending over because I'm still playing some of the animations of the werewolf until I move a little bit, and now I'm back to just standard posture. No more dislocated lumbar. Now, here's another sort of blocky avatar, but one that's a little bit more silly. Oh, this is a Christmas version. I didn't know there was a Christmas version. He's got a bow around him. He's a Christmas box. Christmas box bot. And he walks around all silly like. He has a different walking animation. You can import animations. He's very silly now. You can also just be a human. Now, it looks a little bit weird there. Let's give it a moment for there it goes, the textures to come in. There's a rather old school but basic human avatar. Do I have anything else? Oh yeah, here's the moving box. You can just be a cardboard box. There we go. Cardboard box. It hops around like cardboard boxes do. It can fly. Every now and then you sort of see legs and arms, but normally you shouldn't see that. It's an older avatar. I could probably tweak it to get rid of those. But yeah, and it just sits there. People might not know that it's an avatar. Acme Movers, we move your stuff. And this is there's a lot of free stuff. If you want to play the game and you're worried about the money, there's a lot of free stuff. There are entire shops that sell nothing but free things for everybody. But let's see. Ready to go. Let's see. Let's click here. And it's going to... Governor, I'd like to explore the rest of Second Life. We're going to leave. It's going to send us to an info hub via a landmark, which went into our landmark folder. Let's teleport. That would be arriving inside of other people here. That guy does not look like he's wearing any clothes. He should be. This is an M region. Alright, I gotta be careful. Now he may look like he's not wearing any clothes, but just because his clothes haven't rendered, that is. But he'll be like a Ken doll. Hopefully. Yeah, here we are in just a random location. That's an interesting piece of art. Okay. Let's send my camera up a little bit and take a look at it. Oh, somebody has sent me a private message saying that's an interesting avatar. Avi. Minecraft. Whoops, let's take off my caps lock. So that's somebody who does not know Minecraft. He says, that's an interesting looking avatar. Say, oh, this is what I look like in Minecraft. Let's see, who said that? Anita. Let's go back over here and look for somebody who has that name. Yes, over here on the park bench. She's the one who sent the message. Now you can right-click on somebody and view their profile, which will take a moment to load. There we go. So she just started, July 21st in 2016. Well, it's been a few months, but she is a new account, as far as I'm concerned. This is my avatar in a different game. I'm giving people from that game a tour of Second Life, my old home. Oh, she says she knows, a bit of a geek myself, but then you're the first Minecraft-inspired AV I've seen since. Nice. Okay, so she did recognize me. Now this little orange cloud next to me means that their shape has not been sent to me, so their computer may be a little slow in sending out what they look like. They may have a poor connection. If a lot of people in an area have a poor connection or have clouds, then it may be because the location is having troubles or not. She said, "Oh, you do YouTube vids?" Yep. Say hi. I'm recording. Oh, that guy's butt is bothering me. Let's get out of here. And out of the bear info hub. It's a little too bare, I think. There's a virtual cafe over here. Across the street. We'll wander over. She says, ha ha ha, hi. So we have a bar, and this is what a Second Life shop tends to look like, is pictures of the products, which you can then right-click and say buy. And then it shows you what objects you're getting and how much it was going to cost. And I'm not going to buy that. Can't use voice on viewer 1 right now. That's okay. I'm sending my mic to the recording anyway. Yeah, you can do voice. This little white dot above my head means I am voice enabled. If I turn it on, I can speak, and then anybody around me will hear my voice. Now remember, everything you see here was created by the players. The textures were uploaded, the shapes were put together, scripts and animations were created, particle effects were added. Now, this blue ball here, this is what's called a pose ball. You will find these around. This is just, it could be anything, but this turned out to be sort of something that everybody agreed on to do. When you see something like this, you know that you're meant to sit on it. Now, sit means you're just giving it control of your avatar. So I'm going to say sit here, and now I'm going up going up the escalator, but it took my camera control from me and put it in a strange place. So that moved me up the escalator, which was not very well done, but I mean, I could just walk up and down it myself. I don't need the pose ball. But normally if you stand on this, it should automatically move you, right? But if I just stand here, I'm not moving. So I had to click the pose ball for it to actually do the animation on me. The game is pretty polite. Oh, I need to check out my channel. Thanks. Yeah, look at this. There's that texture. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. It doesn't look right. What was I saying? I guess it is supposed to be there. It's all over the place. Yeah, there's going to be different skill levels involved in making things. Now, this road wasn't made by the players necessarily. It was made by the staff at Linden Lab. In some of the mainland regions, they laid down road. And if you look at these red lines, I turn these on just so that we can see them. Normally they aren't visible. But this red line is a property line. On one side of the line, and the line I'm on, is probably owned by a Linden about land. Yep, it's owned by Governor Linden. That is the name of just sort of a general system player. But the land on this side of the line will be owned by a player. Well, actually, in this case, it's also owned by Governor Linden. This must be a public space. That's probably around the bear. Let's go over to this side. Here's got somebody who has a car shop. And can we see where the lines are? Let's go over here. Here we can see the lines. So right down there underneath the car shop, we look at about land, and it's owned by this person, Thriller Wibber. Belongs to a group. Though I'm sure you'll be too... Oh, accept friendship. All right, now this is something somebody can do. You can offer your calling card to somebody, and you can accept them as a friend. I'll do this. This means it's easy for me to contact this person again in the future. It puts a calling card in this calling card folder here. There's the person. And you can see I've got my own calling card for some reason. A few other people I've met. And she said, though I'm sure you'll be too busy on Minecraft to be around here. Yeah, I haven't been, in SL too much lately. Friendship offer accepted. All right. Your camera will also revert back to you when you move. You can run by double tapping your walk command. It doesn't move you that much faster. Oh, there's a taxi. Let's see this taxi thing here. Oh, there's something. What is this? That's new. It is a web page bar. So this is actually a web page on the screen here. So these are locations we can go. Let's try it. Freebies. Let's go to freebies. And now we can. Oh, it is a web page. This is actually a web page in the world. It's xportalsl.com. If you went there in a web browser, you would see this same thing. You can actually put a web page on a block, which is an interesting feature that was added. This has been improved since I last saw it. So I guess if we hit the taxi button, it gives us. No, it just gives us a teleport. Just gives us a link to another location. So let's fly. Oh, this is an interesting rock wall here. Somebody has created. Or maybe that was part of the road. I don't know. Ah, here's a mall by the look of it. Let's come down here. I can't get in there. There's an invisible wall. There, I'm over it. Drop. Falling doesn't hurt you. You can fall from any height. You'll get back up again. Alright, these are slummy malls. I gotta say. These are, you know, very sloppily hung pictures. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ways to make money. You can make real money in this game. I'll tell you about one person who was making money by buying and selling land. So like I said, you saw how the land can be owned by people. And it costs game money to buy it. Vending machines, Japanese vending machines. And you can buy and sell land, and if you buy it cheap and sell it at a higher price, you can make money. Well, back when they first started doing that and making it so that you can trade game money for real money and vice versa, I found a way to dig into the records on the website, and I extracted all the records of all the land purchases. And I started crunching the numbers to see who was buying the most land and who was making how much money, and I was just curious. And it turned out there was one person who was making more money than anybody else. Her account name was Anish Chung. And I was looking at it, I was saying I couldn't tell exactly how much she was making because I couldn't see how much she was selling the land for, but I can see how much she was buying the land for at auction and how much money she was spending. And she was spending a lot of money, which meant she was selling it and making a lot of money. Turns out if you Google her name now, you will find that her avatar was on the cover of Business Week. She made millions of real dollars. I feel like I should take off my shoes, except they're painted on. Well, this is like a Buddhist temple here. It's very nice. Yeah, you'll find anything in this world. I mean, I'm not surprised by finding anything. A lot of people do role-playing. I mean, what do people do in Second Life? You might be asking at this point. You've seen that they can shop and you can chat with people, but what are people actually doing? A lot of it is explore. For me, I love to explore. I mean, I like how this place really looks like a real Japanese coastal village. It looks like it's still under construction. You can see this. This is that basic wood texture that you get when you first make a basic primitive. They're sort of laying out where they're going to make new docks by the look of it. And they've sort of turned this little village into a shopping mall by renting out these buildings to people who want to sell products. I have a store on a different account, but it's just on my own land, and it's all by itself, and nobody ever goes there. If you ever see something like these that are lucky letter, this is something that's appeared in Second Life and has sort of caught on. If your name begins with a letter, you can click on it and get the object for free. In this case, I'm Nonsanity, so nothing for me there. But it's, you know, when you're wandering around, you can get some free stuff. You may never want it, or may never use it. Like, I may get free women's shoes. I'm not going to use it. They won't fit my feet. But you can have unlimited storage in your inventory over here. In fact, my original 13-year-old account, I don't know how many items there are in the inventory, but it's massive. Even this one that's fairly new has got a lot of stuff in here because I was getting some of the free avatars that are around, and you know, just various other things. So you can explore, you can shop and change your avatar, which a lot of people have fun just changing the look of their avatar. One of my other accounts, I've spent a lot of time tweaking that one, whereas my original account hasn't changed its appearance in a decade. It's a socialization platform. You'll find a lot of clubs, lucky letter U, a lot of like dance clubs, nightclubs, music halls, where people get together just so they can chat. It's like a chat room at that point, but with the added benefit of you can listen to live music. I mean, somebody can hook their, hook their microphones up to this world and play live custom music into the world and chat with the people and be a live DJ. Other people just act as a DJ and, you know, play shared music to everybody. I'm going to try and avoid those locations because I don't want my channel to get flagged for copyright infringement. I'm sort of worried about some of the sound effects that we're hearing. Hopefully they won't trigger anything. Well, that's just some interesting detailed dresses there. So there's this a social aspect. Here, got some pose balls. I'm curious as to what will happen. Let's sit. It's an animation pose ball. What am I doing? It probably looks a lot better on a human than it does on a Minecraft character. It might be some sort of dance. I'm not sure. But I'm going to click the stand up button. Let's try the other one over here. Sit. Oop. Set my camera into a wrong place. Just wrapping around. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's just a laying down pose, like here, lying. So it's something you can buy and you put that little ball on your couch, and you can adjust its position so that you look good laying on the couch when you do that. So it's just to sort of put your body in a different position than it would normally otherwise be. Mickey Mouse must be around here somewhere. Alright, so we got exploration. We've got... Oh, there's a Midnight Mania. Let's click that. If by midnight there are that many people have clicked it, then everybody that clicked it gets one of these funny hammers. Sure, why not? So I click those two when I get them. When I see them. Yeah, exploration, just socialization with other people. And then roleplay is another big one. Actually, the other day, I came across a roleplay location. In fact, let's jump locations. Actually, there is... Yeah, just go get the landmark folder here and jump to this place. We went from Japan, and now we're in sort of Middle America. Let everything res in. Ah, there's a sign here. Welcome to New York, Empire State. Okay. So this is based on somewhere in maybe upstate New York, I guess. Here somebody's put in all the details. Oh, they've closed the road. Interesting. Stoplights and crosswalks, and here we have a gas station. Fire heights and speed signs. I mean, here they've really put in all the details to make it look like a real world. They've adjusted the lighting to make it look, like the sun's going down, and bus stops and crosswalk signs. Sorry if the frame rate is a little bit jittery here. It's because everything is resing in and there's a lot of detailed stuff. I mean, look at this car. As we get closer, the detail keeps increasing. I mean, that is amazingly realistic. Even on the interior. Let's zoom in on the inside. Look at that. That has got to be almost an exact model of a real BMW. Even down to the display there. Now, how much of it actually does anything is probably zero. But you could probably get in it. Let's see. Ride? Oh. Nope, I'm not allowed. Uh-oh, I set off the car alarm. Uh-oh. Don't steal cars in this sim. This is a role-playing sim. I think I'm right next door to the police station, too, so I better be careful, or I'm going to get arrested. I better pretend to be a garden gnome. I'll just stand here. No one will know it's... Just don't move. Don't move. I'm just a statue. I hope that car alarm goes off soon. There it goes. All right, good. Talk about detail. Wow. But I came into this world, and it is a role-playing sim. I mean, all this detail is here to provide role-playing material for everybody. I came in, I flew over to where I saw some dots, and I ended up watching an entire scene play out. And I took some pictures. Let's cut to the pictures, and I'll show you what I saw. So as I approached, I noticed that the two black cars had cut off the blue car, and that the black cars had lights flashing. There were police cars, and as I got closer, sure enough, there's two policemen, and they're arresting a woman, I guess the driver of the blue vehicle. Now, you may notice me standing in the background off to the left there, behind the junction box. That's where I stood and just watched the whole scene play out. No, I'm not creepy back there at all. I think Cameron, the officer in the background, was a little bit wary of me, but they never mentioned my presence. Even though the Cameron in the back is looking over at my avatar, and the officer Taylor, I think, is sort of looking at where my camera is. They really did not. You can't see my camera, and they were ignoring me, which is very nice. They knew I was there, it turned out later. But they didn't let that stop them from their role-playing, which was to frisk her, and she turned out to have a bottle of pills on her. She was not being very polite to them, but she was not being excessively rude. But they did put her into the car, and she was told to wait there as they searched her vehicle. There's one officer tested the pills with a drug test kit from the trunk of his vehicle. The other officer was, checking out the car. He found a gun. Not good for her. They weren't happy when they found that gun in there. I did get the license plate. Too cute for you. You talk about detail. That's detail for you. I even looked in the back of the police vehicle with my camera, and sure enough, there's all the police tape and a fire extinguisher and a cone and boxes and electronics. You know, it's very realistic. They went to a lot of trouble here. Then her aunt walked down the street, and she, as they're reading her rights, she calls out to her aunt to get her out, bail her out. And then a tow truck nominally came and took the car away, the blue car, but it just happened in an instant. That sort of was cut out of the role playing. I guess there wasn't somebody role playing a tow truck driver that day, so it just disappeared. And then they got in the vehicles and they drove off to the police station. You can still see I'm back there behind the junction box still. Now I attached my camera to the police car with the prisoner inside and followed it back to the station, which was in a different region. And vehicles, this is something they've never managed to fix in all the time that Second Life has been around, and since they added vehicles at least. I remember when they did that. That was early on. And that is when crossing the boundary between one region and another, vehicles tend to do some rather odd things, as you can see here. It resets to where it should be, but for a moment you see things like this. Anyway, they put her in jail. I think I was a little too far away to hear any more of the role playing. I landed on the walkway on the front of a billboard across the street. I didn't want to get too close. I didn't want to loom. But if they weren't doing any more role playing, she did contact me in a private message, and very politely say hi, and I said, "Oh, hi." I was saying I'm sorry I was eavesdropping, or snooping around watching, but I was engrossed with the story. And she said, "Oh no, that's okay." She was very polite. She did have an interesting jail cell here, and the thing that got me the most was the food. It's square. Makes me feel right at home for Minecraft. But yeah, that was a little bit of roleplay I caught. Just a little segment, but it was quite interesting. You don't often see roleplay of this nature. I've never seen roleplay of just a traffic pullover and turn out to be a drug bust and an arrest, and that's new. I've never seen that for me. I've seen a lot of other types of roleplay, usually gun-related or adult-themed or family-type things where somebody's playing the kid and some people are playing the adults, and this sort of family-type role-playing. I've never seen something like this, so this was a new one for me. Oh, and another one I've seen is birthing. People have made their avatars pregnant through various attachments and scripting systems and so forth. And I came across a birthing center that looked every bit as good as this place. And it was all about, birthing. It was very realistic and a very interesting sort of role play, which is, I was quite enthused by that one too. I like seeing things I haven't seen before, and that seems to happen every time I log into Second Life. That's something I love about it. Anyway, back to where we were with our own wanderings. So yeah, roleplay. Oh, there's a car coming. I hope it's not a police car. I'm gonna hide. It stopped. Oh no, it's just still driving by. Oh good, it's not a police car. I think they're checking me out. There's a police car over there. Somebody came to check me out there. It does seem very empty. It'd be a lot more fun when there's probably an event going on where a whole bunch of people are all in here role-playing. In fact, let's look at the map and see how many people are around in this location. Just 5, not counting me. So that's probably the person who just drove past me. There's 3 over here, 2 down here, and 1 over there. So not a lot going on right now. That's always fun when I see these. They've always their appearance has always changed, but this comes from the early days of Minecraft. The things have changed a lot since the first days, as they were trying to figure out the rules and, you know, how to keep too many objects from being in one place and making everything go slow. You know, try to limit lag. And the rules for how money was going to work. And, you know, there was a lot of periods available. You could rent a shop here. There were periods where there was almost protests in the streets. Literally, in a way. Over taxation of prims, you know. I hear a motorcycle, but I don't see anybody coming on the minimap. I think I did just cross between regions, so sometimes strange things happen when you cross through between regions sometimes. Coming back to where we were. So yeah, it's Second Life is an interesting, huge, creative place. I love talking with the people here and just seeing what people have created. It's always fun to come back and explore. Ah, here we have the fire station. Now that doesn't look like real world, so what is this? Resin. The game uses JPEG 2000s, which are not used anywhere else as far as I know, but they're useful because it gives you a blurry version before it shows you the clear. So at least you see something before the rest of the data shows up. Join the Brotherhood, stay up to date, know who's hiring, don't miss out. Click here to see members. So it's probably to join the fire station role-playing group. Let's start flying here. Police station is right there. Yeah, that's the police station. Take a look. Is the food still in the jail? See some camera in here, and where are the jail cells? That's the photo lineup, copier room. Let's see. Offices. There we go, jail cells. This is the one I wanted. Oh, she didn't eat her food. So Rez is in. Square food. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of... Oops, wrong button. Teleport me home. Where I am hanging out on my other account's land. Hope you enjoyed this little interlude into a different game. If it spikes your interests, that'd be, you know, you're going to go check it out, let me know. You know, maybe I'll meet up with you in here and I can give tours. And show you the ropes personally if you're interested, maybe. If I have the time, and not too many people take me up on the offer. Anyway, until next time, this is Nonsanity signing out. Take care, be good, and see you next time in Minecraft. I want to punch that tree again. Yeah, timber! Oh, push it off the edge, push it off the edge. Can we get it off? Go off the edge. Nope, it's too massive. I can't push it.